everyone, and welcome to a second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. It's a Sunday evening as I'm doing these readings, and I am looking today at the two children in Montecito, and we're going to wind them forward today in this particular reading. Something I've been wondering about for quite a long time and finally got round to reading on it. It's what happens when Archie and Lili go online and find out some rather interesting things or unpleasant things about their parents, about their own birth stories, about them appearing on Instagram as very small children, about their parents' relationship with the royal family, Oprah interview. How's that going to go? And the reason I'm doing this reading today is because we've just heard that while Harry and Meghan were in New York, they were doing all their online safety things, which I found so disgraceful. I'm not going to read on it. But we heard now that Harry snuck off to Brooklyn while he was in New York to meet with what's described as tech-savvy young leaders. And it was at something called the Responsible Tech Youth something fund. I can't read my own writing. Power fund. Or no, it can't be power fund. But anyway, it's Responsible Tech Youth having a thing. And Harry was there giving his usual speech about the horrors of the internet. And his constant response whenever he's asked what should parents do with their children when they're faced with online danger, Harry's constant response is just keep your kids away from social media. Just don't let them go there. Which is still very well when they're Archie and Lili's age, but not so easy when they are teens. And we all know how quickly that happens. And then what is going to happen in the Parental household, assuming there is still a Parental household? What happens when Archie and Lili go online and find Harry in his nasty outfit, falling out of pubs, punching photographers, naked billiards in Vegas, all the rumours around the has-been, and possible other children that there are abundant rumours about that. What about Meghan's rather raunchy past? Some of her acting jobs, I use that word advisedly, not such a good look when you're going online to see your mom's brilliant acting career. And those kinds of scenes are what you'll find, or the burger grilling, very raunchy burger grilling, or sort of 90% undressed giving an interview with Craig Ferguson, or in Nigeria, and all of that. What about the Oprah interview? What about all the rumours around them? There's so much that's out there. Harry and Meghan have been trying desperately to shut it all down, the things that go bump, possible genetic selection, all of that stuff is just waiting to be found. And no amount, yes, I know that they were very thorough in tidying up a lot of Meghan Markle's past, but they didn't tidy up everything, and you can't silence everyone. So whatever they try and do now, Harry and Meghan, just moving the camera a little bit, they're not going to silence everyone and bury everything. Those kids, when they are old enough, are going to be in for the shocks of their little lives, in my opinion. So we're going to have a look at this today. As I say, time has finally come. And I've forgotten now. This is the weird tarot with the tarot with no name. It's the Tarot Nova, N-O-V-A. It's a very cute little mini tarot. I used to use it reading on the children when they were much younger, and then the cute ghost tarot, because they were ghost children, seemed more appropriate. We're going to use this because we're still looking at Archie and Lili and as children, but not tinies. This is growing up, going online, finding out all kinds of maybe quite shocking things. So we're going to look at this, what they might find out about Harry and Meghan. One more shuffle. Their own birth stories, being on Instagram, relationship with the royal family, how they're going to feel about that, and how's this going to impact their own relationship with their parents when this stuff gets exposed, as it is going to. Can't hide it, not in my opinion anyway. So that's what we're looking at today. As I say, it's a mini tarot, so if that looks weird, it's because these are tiny cards, and they do rather disappear on the tarot table. Let's see, let's remind you while I'm doing this that this is tarot and it's for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinions, all speculation, just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below. Chariot energy. Chariot is progress and moving forward. And that's what we're talking about here. We're winding this whole situation forward. We're moving them forward, say about 10 years, to when they've, who knows what the world will look like at that stage. But I assume that there's still an internet, unless we've been taken back to the Stone Age and the Dark Ages somehow. It's possible. But progress, the Chariot, it's forward movement. It's growing up. The Chariot, that's not a child there, it's a young adult that we're looking at, who's got their own wheels, got their own momentum, got their own energy, got their own path that they're on, no longer controlled by mommy and daddy. Interesting that this is shown up as our underlying energy. So heart of the matter, what are we dealing with today? We're dealing with the Hanged Man, and this is seeing things differently while you're dangling there in limbo, waiting, developing. It can be quite a teenage vibe, the Hanged Man, because you're in that kind of no man's land between a child and an adult, and you're still not really your own person, but you are beginning to start to form your own perspective on things. I think it's a very subtle and very insightful card in this context, and it constantly amazes me how subtle and insightful tarot can be. And I think that is a really very profound card, gaining their own perspectives while they are still in that in-between phase. So let's see. What are they going to find out about Harry, Pa? What are they going to find out about him? Oh, wow. Temperance in reverse. A life of excess. Bad temper. Very bad temper. He's known to have a terrible temper, that Windsor temper, or even Spencer temper as well. That's one of the things. But out of control consumption of substances can be in that temperance card in reverse, because it's intemperate. It's excess. It's indulging. It's being unbalanced, out of control, difficult, very difficult. We heard about the category 5 tantrum. I think it was the reading that I did yesterday, Prince William and Harry. There it is. They're going to see that their father is no angel. He's no saint. A very difficult man, a very troubled man, a man who caused a lot of difficulty for other people. What about Mama? What are they going to find out about Mama? And we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Money, 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 money. All Mama cared about was the money. The big payday, Ace of Pentacles. But missed it. Kept missing it. That 5 million that she allegedly came into the royal family with, not so much by all accounts. Allegedly. I think we need to throw a big allegedly over this reading right now. Big allegedly. Her brilliant launch of As Ever. I'm so confused at this point of what's with Love Meghan, what's As Ever, and what's Confessions of a Flounder or whatever. It's all too much. But Ace of Pentacles in reverse, her desperate attempts to be a billionaire, to hunt down a billionaire. It was all about find me a wealthy man to marry. Trevor wasn't good enough. Trevor, good for Trevor, found himself instead a lovely, beautiful billionaire's daughter to marry. Hooray for Trevor. Lucky escape for Trevor. They're going to see this about Mama, that she was all about the money. She just chased money, but she never quite got there. Ooh, delicious, I have to say. So, how about their own birth stories? Archie, first of all. What's Archie going to find out about himself? We've got the King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, that's possibly King Charles, most likely what will one day be King William energy in reverse. We might at that stage have got some more clarity about who's in the line of succession and who has titles and who doesn't, thanks to that King of Cups in reverse. We might also have some more truths, or some people would say made up stories from Thomas Markle about Meghan. We might even have a Trevor Engelson story about the alleged hysterectomy by then. All of those men are Kings of Cups, water sign men that Meghan has tried to control, manipulate, get on her side, alienated, because they're all in reverse. So if Archie's going to find out anything about his birth, he's going to find it possibly through those sources. Rumours, of course, there was that Kensington Palace post about Meghan made use of a surrogate that was quickly taken down on the day that Archie was allegedly born. He's going to find things out. Things very close to home, I speculate, from family or exes or things like that, that is going to be quite hurtful. King of Cups in reverse is hurt, emotional hurt. For him it will be hurtful. I think, this is my opinion, I'm reading energy. Of course, I need to stress this is all just speculation. And let's see about Lilibet. What is she going to find out? Birth stories. What's she going to hear about herself? And we have the Justice card in reverse. Wow. Wow, that's huge. Wow, as I keep saying. Because, again, rumours and speculation. I mentioned those self-same rumours in the previous reading. And the rumours are that there was a court case, an adoption case, contested adoption in the United States that possibly involved Harry and Meghan and Lilibet's actual biological birth mother, possibly even egg donor kind of mother. That's a rumour. And the court case, of course, was anonymized, so you couldn't tell who the parties were. But various people were pointed in the direction of that court case way back when, and still remind us of it every so often online. We're talking about them going online and finding stuff out. There is hidden or secret legal proceedings, justice in reverse and injustice. That's going to be, if it's true, I'm speculating, I'm asking the cards to tell me a story. They're telling me a story. It's a very shocking and potentially very hurtful and disturbing story for a young woman. Kind of, isn't that vulnerable? You all know how vulnerable teens are to find that kind of thing out, unless at some point Harry and Meghan sit both of them down and say, well, this is what actually happened. And you're going to read all these strange things out there, but this is what really happened because we love you and blah, blah, blah. Ah, dear. I need to take a deep breath. How about being exploited on Instagram? Also, previous reading. How's Archie going to feel about his little hand here in the back of his head there? Or maybe not his head, someone else's head. Who knows? Is it going to bother him? We get the High Priestess. She showed up in the previous reading in reverse. Interestingly, these two readings are very connected. High Priestess is mysteries, and very mysterious, of course, because it was also mysterious. It is also mysterious, the kids' presence, the way they are presented with just a glimpse of an ear or a little hand or a snotty-nosed child reciting a line, in my opinion. It's going to be about, well, life was just weird. That's how it's going to come across for him. Everything was weird. Every now and then they had to do weird things. The High Priestess for me is strangeness in this context of this woman would swoop in and say, now we have to take us away from Nanny. Now we have to do this. Now we have to water the garden. Never watered the garden before. Now we have to feed the fish. Never fed the fish before. Now we have to stir the jam. Never stirred the jam before. That's how it's representing to me with the High Priestess, as just very strange. It was all strange, and beyond their comprehension. That's how he's going to feel about it. Confused, I'm getting. The moon is showing up. The moon is confusion and mystery. How about Lilibet? My guess is that she's more astute. I don't know why I say that, but what's she going to make of this when she's older? Page of Swords, yeah, that is a more astute energy. It's odd that I should say that, and then the Page of Swords is sitting there, because it is astute. It does research. It's literally the research card. If anyone's going to go and dig around, it's going to be Lilibet, who's going to go and find stuff out in a very she's supposed to be an air sign. I think she's supposed to be Gemini, in a very dispassionate way. She's going to investigate. She's going to want to know. She's going to ask questions, searching questions, difficult questions. She might be quite critical of what happened when she and Archie were little. So I wouldn't want to be asked questions by that little Page of Swords about what I did years and years ago. Just saying, it's coming across as quite an intense interrogation. So how about their relationship with the royal family, the Oprah Winfrey interview, Tom Bradby? No one had asked me if I was okay, the offing herself stuff, all of that. They're going to find that out. How's it going to go for Archie? How's he going to feel about it? Oh, the Tower in reverse. He's going to be really devastated by this, really shocked at how alienated they are from the royal family. What negative consequences that's had for his life, Tower. And there is the hint in that Tower card, because it's in reverse, of him wanting to repair that rift. That little Archie might be the one that shows up one day at Windsor Castle and says, you know, hello, this is me, and I want to meet you. Because it's a terrible shock, and he's going to see it as a terrible rift, as something that should not have happened, something catastrophic that he's going to want to fix somehow, I speculate. How about our little Page of Swords, Lilibet? How's she going to feel about all of this? And we've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's a similar energy, curiously. Wasted time, wasted effort. What was it all about? Why did they do it? It didn't turn out the way they thought it would. The Seven of Pentacles is harvest, is return on investment, is taking stock, is a pause to consider your life. It's 7 years of bad luck in reverse. It's what were they thinking? Why did they mix it? Why did they leave this all behind? It makes no sense. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Why did they do this? They could be living in quite reduced circumstances. This is an odd thought. You would never suspect that Harry's children could be living in quite reduced circumstances. I have not had that thought in my mind ever up until now. Now I'm getting it. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. We could have had everything, and now we have what I suppose most people would say is more than enough, but from where they standing, looking, not nearly enough, not nearly what they should have had if their parents had played things differently with the royal family. So how's it going to impact their relationship with their parents, Harry and Meghan? We're going to ask Archie first. All of this. 9 of Swords is going to make for a very miserable young man. Very stressed, very anxious, very worried, very concerned about what to do. Does he reach out to the royal family? Does he try and fix things? Will they want him? Who wants him? Who is he? Why is he? Very, very, it could perpetuate exactly what Harry went through when Harry thought that he was going to get chucked out of the royal family because the riding instructor was his father. I can never remember the man's name, the redhead. There were so many redheads around at the time, though, of course. But you know, the one. And he thought they were going to dump him because he was an imposter in the royal family. It's exactly the same energy that his own son is going to go through. According to the cards, according to the energy. What about Lilibet? How's it going to affect her relationship with her, shall we say, alleged parents? Strength in reverse. I would say she will be very much done with her mother. Or with both of them, even. With Brand Sussex. With that card in reverse. It's going to be, I think she might get quite wild. Because strength is about taming your inner wildness in reverse, not taming it. It's also illness, weakness. It's Harry and Meghan, the strength card. I've always read as Harry and Meghan in reverse. She's really not going to respect them. This is energy reading. This is my opinion. This is speculation. This is entertainment. This is taking these little cards and doing a let's peek into the very distant future. Well, the not so distant future. Let's look 10 years down the line and see what's going on for entertainment purposes. Allegedly flashing. But the strength card in reverse, no, she's going to view them as weak, as prey to their own baser instincts. I don't think she's going to have much respect for them, much time for them. And as I say, I think she could become a bit of a wild child herself. This one, Archie, anxious, sort of panicky energy for him, very troubled by the things that he's going to find out. She could just be done with parents and off on her own adventure. I think I once got that energy for her in a look ahead reading that I did a few years ago. It's ringing vague bells. There it is, a troubling reading, but not particularly surprising. So thank you for watching, and let's wait and see what happens, and I will see you again tomorrow.